I wish I could get load management off work.
So I just thought of something.
Yeah, look, I wish I got some load management. Them brothers are stressing me out. They are stressing me out. I'm starting to have knee injuries,
here, man.
my neck hurting,
I know.
my back hurting because the chairs.
I don't feel so good, man. I think I'm gonna have to get some load management. I need some rest. Welcome back to the MVP podcast. You're here with your boy Sauce, and this is B-Man. Wait a minute.
Bro, that's my spot.
What am I doing here?
Yo, that was weird.
I'm fully confused.
Anyway, welcome back to the MVP podcast. My name is B-Man, and I am here with Sauce with the sauce, Sacramento Kings fan. Don't know what he's talking about or doing. Yeah. There's no such thing as a Sacramento Kings fan. They do not exist.
Don't make me say it, and I will say it.
Say it.
I'm not saying it because we're a family-friendly show, so we'll leave it at that.
Is that it?
Yes.
Has it got something to do with LeBron James?
100%.
Oh, yeah, LeBron James. No, so what are you saying? What are you saying though?
I am blessed, man. I am blessed.
Yeah? Have you been watching any basketball recently?
I have not watched as much as I hoped to have. I know, I've watched a few games this week, but not as much as I wanted to. This week has kind of been, compared to the week before, I watched loads.
I watched loads of basketball this week.
What happened this week?
Do you know what? The funny thing is, I just watched some plays that I really had my eyes on.
Oh, yeah.
Since the season came in, all the little stories. So I watched Orlando play Memphis Grizzlies. Do you know why?
Isaac?
No.
Who?
Markelle Fultz.
Baby Markelle.
Yo, I want him to do so well.
Yeah, he's like the little brother of the NBA.
He really is.
Everyone's like, you can do it, man. If you believe it, you can achieve.
Yeah, but you know what? He's just been through so much, and being the first pick, he's looking like probably the worst first pick in a long, long time. Actually, no, Anthony Bennett was a problem as well.
Yeah, he'll never get to that level because Anthony Bennett is playing G League.
Yeah, but he could be out of the league completely.
Yeah, but you know what it is? You can tell he's got something. He's got talent. Like Anthony Bennett, they picked him because they didn't know who else to pick.
Okay.
But as far as Markelle, you can tell it's all up here.
Yeah. there
was something that was holding him back. Yeah. There was no injuries. There was no forgetting how to shoot is just a weird one. And I think for him to be I remember, I think it was a couple of nights ago where the Orlando they were hitting the line. He was taking the shots whenever foul came up. I was like,
the flagrants. Yeah. But that was it. I also watched the last quarter of a lot of games. I don't know why I feel like the last quarter of the games are most important because you can't really keep up with all the games.
That's casual fan talk right there. You should watch the whole game.
No, you can't. It's impossible. No one has that time. No one's got that time. But there has been a really, really big deal in the NBA. And I don't personally believe it's a big deal. It's been construed as a big deal, which is the term load management.
Load management.
I wish I could get load management off work.
So I just thought of something.
Yeah, look, I wish I got some load management. Them brothers are stressing me out. They are stressing me out. I'm starting to have knee injuries, here, man. My neck hurting. I know. My back hurting because the chairs.
I don't feel so good, man. I think I'm gonna have to get some load management. I need some rest.
Imagine going up to work and saying, "Yo, I think I need some load management. I need to calm it down a little bit." Imagine that. But Kawhi Leonard sat out the second out of his first 7, 8, 9 games already, which is causing a bit of a controversy because they're saying if he's already missing that many so far, then is he going to repeat what he did last year? Because last year he's only played about 60 games. Fans have been complaining. Oh, do you know what's funny? Even on the NBA the Ringer show, the NBA show on the Ringer, they said what they should really have is they should have on the ticket, they should have a barcode at the back.
Oh, desktop.
And it's the desktop guy. Oh my God, he's hilarious. And they said, when it gets close to the game and he doesn't make it, he'll have a personalized video of him going, "Yeah, man, what it do, baby?" That's hilarious.
Imagine that for 20,000. Many people would just be like, "Yo, I want a message. I want a message."
Yeah. Anyway,
that'd be funny though.
What do you make of this load management?
You know what?
Management.
It's. I see why it's needed because the league, the actual season is super long for there to be that many games. I think they've talked about this before, where 82 games is just a lot of games for an NBA.
Yeah, but is it so much that you should be missing once every 3 games?
That's for Kawhi is specific because he was ruled out of the game because of knee soreness.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it wasn't just knee soreness was the reason for him not taken to the court. It was more of a case of other lingering issues that he had, like ongoing since the Toronto Raptors and Spurs.
Yeah.
Where does it end in regards to load management? Like, how many games will he miss?
I mean, it's people forget that load management wasn't really something that started now. This Greg Popovich did it, and I vividly remember because it was the Miami Heat team, my favorite basketball team of all times, which was the LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh Miami Heat, and he rested everyone. But how Greg Popovich did it was he only rested them maybe once, twice, or up to 3 times in a year, which personally I'm okay with because the player's health comes first.
Yeah.
But if you are fit, and let's be honest, Kawhi was fit. If he's fit, should he not be playing?
Well, that's the thing. That's why Doc Rivers got fined, because he was supposed to be, because as far as I'm aware, the NBA have, if a player is coming back from an injury or has been listed with an injury, then he is allowed to rest as load management for that injury.
Yeah.
And when he was asked, yo, how's Kawhi? Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, I think that when I listened to Bill Simmons, he said, I think people misunderstood what he said when he said he's fine. He's fine because he's doing load management. I think that's what the problem.
The league didn't take that.
I think they'll rescind that anyway. But LeBron came out and he himself said, I will not be a part of any load management. If I'm fit, I'm playing. Which I think is going to be the downfall of LeBron. He needs to realize he needs to take some
45,
rest.
something like that.
Yeah, and he needs to take some rest.
When
was the last time you seen LeBron play defense like that? Yo, LeBron is deep in the paint.
Like
Playoffs?
Few years ago?
Not even like that.
Not like this.
Defense like that?
Not like this.
No way.
Not like this.
I've seen him switch with the quickness. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, and I'm not saying anything. Yo, listen, I know there's...
He's having a moment again.
Listen, no, yeah, I am having a moment. Do you know how a lot of players have been getting suspended for taking stuff? I am not saying this, right? I am not. Yo, I'm not. But Kobe Bryant went from being where you could see his age, all of a sudden, before he had his Achilles injury, was dunking on people. Yo, bro, something is off. I don't know if it's because he was like rested or whatever, but yo, he went from like looking... But 34, you could see his age. 35 came, boom. This guy was dunking over 2 people. Jared, the Wallace guy, and I think Brook Lopez. Yeah, Brook Lopez against the Nets. Yo, I looked at that and I was like, yo, listen, I know I love Kobe, but how do you go last season from being like absolutely dreadful, like looking your age, looking old, also coming out here dunking on these kids? Do you know what I mean? I was like, yo, they must have some.
He's probably got a second wind in life, and LeBron James is probably sipping that second wind.
Yeah, yo, LeBron is 34. He's turning 35 next month, no?
This year.
Yeah, 23rd, something December anyway.
Yeah. To be fair, it's like LeBron James. He didn't lose the ability to dunk. He always had that.
I didn't say dunking.
This guy his quickness.
Guy is on job. Anyway, we are going way past this conversation. We are talking
rein it back in.
Load management. For those of you that don't even know what load management means, in basketball, it's just a term to say we're just trying to manage how many games they play so that they fit in the long run. So how about I follow this up? Is it worth all of this for a fan? Is it worth all of this to see Kawhi play every single game in the playoffs?
Yes. If you know you're going to get a healthy Kawhi for the playoffs runs and he's able to play like 20 odd games in the playoffs, then 100% it's worth it. But the problem is the average, like this is the argument that people have, and I understand this argument. Like the average fan is not going to have NBA playoff tickets. They're going to have regular season tickets, and they'll probably make it a special occasion to go to that certain game.
Some people travel long distances to come and watch.
Like if I had to travel from the UK to LA to go watch a game, and he was benched.
Yo, can I just say, I went to New York to watch. I watched KD, Westbrook, and all them man, Ibaka playing Carmelo Anthony, which was wicked. I was meant to watch the Blazers that had LaMarcus Aldridge, Nick Batum, Damian Lillard, Wes Matthews. Like this was the Blazers team. Play the Nets who had Deron Williams, who had Brook Lopez, who had
Pierce?
This was before they came. Actually, it might have even Pierce and Garnett might have even been there, and it got cancelled because of the snow, man.
Oh, see, that's something that's you can understand. I know. But like the rest of if the game continued without the players that you really wanted to see, like, bruv, you don't go to the Staples Center to go watch Pat Bev. Like, like, you know, you go there to watch the headliners.
Yeah, but you have to understand how important Kawhi Leonard is to the team, because they have to also look at the players. Kawhi himself said, I want to leave this game healthy. I want to leave this game being able to walk.
Yeah.
And we know that his issue, his quad issue was chronic. And he fell out with the Spurs because of it. Although there's no one that can tell me otherwise. He loved the Spurs. And for him to turn away from the Spurs the way that he did must have meant that there was something seriously wrong with him, but the team wouldn't accept it. And that's what the problem is. There's something seriously wrong with Kawhi, and this is the way to manage it. Now, the Toronto Raptors managed it last year and he won him a ring. Now, the way I see it is, if you look at it from a fan's perspective, I'm like, yo, play every game, I don't care. But yo, if you're looking at it from a human level, this guy's just saying, I will keep playing basketball for as long as I can, but yo, I am not putting my health at risk for no one.
But here's the question.
Right in saying that.
Here's the question: where does it end? So, say for example, we talked about the league being too long. If they decided, you know what, yeah, let's just cut a bunch of games off the league, and we brought it down to like 65.
But there's a lot of money issues behind that. There's a lot of money. Do you know, even for the fans, I understand there's way too many basketball games, bro. There's way too many. And if they cut off, like, I think someone said something along the lines of, if every team cuts out 5 games, then there'll be no back-to-backs anymore, which I'm okay with. But with the fans that are complaining, well, I don't get to see Kawhi Leonard, yo, you know that this is going to happen. You know that there's a risk that he could be on load management. Don't buy a ticket when it's a back-to-back. Simple.
You know, it's funny because when we talk about NBA, we talk less about teams, we talk more about individuals. Like, if this was like, I've probably mentioned this before, if this is like any other sport where you go to watch your favorite team, with NBA, it's like you go to watch your favorite players. And if your favorite player's not playing, it kind of like, okay, I'll watch the rest of the team, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of watching begrudgingly like 2 teams that are good, but it's not the teams that you expect it to be.
But that's just because there's less people
It's less
on
players.
the court.
Yeah, so it's more player driven, and so it can really change a person's experience of watching a basketball game if their favorite player's not playing.
True, and I see where they're coming from. But again, like I said, you know the risks that you're taking when you go into
100%.
these. And some people in ESPN had an issue with the way that which game they picked for him to sit out. So he sat out the Milwaukee Bucks. The second game he sat out was the Milwaukee Bucks game, and everyone's like, "Yo, why are you running from Giannis?
If you're gonna do that, 100%, why on earth would you go into a game against Giannis where you know this guy's gonna smother you? Like him, Chris Middleton, they're not gonna give him any room.
Yeah.
And so it's a case of if I'm gonna take a game off, I might as well take the game that's gonna be harder for me, like individually, because he's gonna be matched up against those guys.
True.
Rather than who's he going up against in Portland? Like they've got barely any forwards left.
No, they look thin. And do you know what? It was up until I watched that game when I realized that they let go of
Miles Turner and that.
No,
not Miles Turner. Miles Leonard.
No, Miles Leonard wasn't even that big of a deal. He wasn't. Al-Farouq Aminu was one of them.
Yes.
And the lad that plays for the Clippers now, that comes off the bench, yo, his name needs to come, Mo Harkless.
Yes.
And someone likened it to Kanye's song, "How Can You Be Mo Harkless?" How crazy is that? But he played that game. He was absolutely terrible in the first 3 quarters, couldn't get a basket. And then in the last quarter, boom, 16 points. They took it away alongside, obviously, Lou Williams, who's going to probably be 6th man of the year again. But this is what Kawhi gives you. Kawhi gives you buckets. It gives you wins. And again, from the management perspective, right now, they went all in. They went all in on this team. They let go of 4 first-round picks. They let go of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I wasn't too sure about him. This season, I am sure about him. That guy is a bona fide superstar.
He is good.
And they let him go.
Good.
Yeah. They let go of Danilo Gallinari, which is not a big deal. That he can go. But they let go of their future. So if you let go of your future, knowing that if something goes wrong now, they are screwed for the next 4 years. And everything is riding on Kawhi and Paul George, their health comes before anything, at least for the next 3 years. So at this stage, I'm like, I don't care about this load management. Just don't make it so often. Don't make it 20 games in a whole season.
It's interesting with the Clippers specifically because they have 2 superstars that have niggling injuries.
Yeah.
Like Paul George.
Paul George's been injury prone for a while now.
It's not just like, obviously he broke his leg and he came back with a bang. Like this guy, he's
healed from that. He's moved on from that.
He's fully healed from that. But now it's a case of his shoulder has been such a problem.
Big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Where he's had surgery a couple of times in it now.
And the good thing is, you know what? And it sounds really bad, and I'm really sorry. But these injuries, at least they make it a little bit more interesting because now everyone is on edge on who's actually going to win. Now I fully believe it's up for grabs for anyone to take the title this year because although the Clippers are the favorites, they are the one team that I think
are the Clippers the favorites?
Yeah.
I thought the Lakers would still be favorites.
No, not when Paul George comes back. Absolutely
okay, I had it in my head that they were going to be favorites, but still.
No. With Paul George and Kawhi and their bench and that team is just way too stacked. And their coach, and resting Kawhi come playoff time, this team is way too scary. But I like the look of the Lakers though, but that'll be a podcast for another day. But we're going to put a stop to it there, guys. So thank you so much for listening. Like, subscribe, share, do the whole thing.
Yeah, leave a comment, like this video. Just do right now, just go and
right now. Do you know what?
Like
if you're already watching it up to this stage, what else could you do other than like, right?
Exactly.
All it takes is one click, right?
If you like the video, like the video.
That's all we ask for. So we're going to be back again next week. And that's it from us. So peace.